Today I'm reviewing Leviosa by Joao Miranda and Julio Montoro, right here, right now on Start Magic Reviews. Stick around. Welcome everyone to my channel. Thank you for joining me for a magic review. Unless you've been living underneath a rock for the past 2 weeks and are into magic, you've heard about Leviosa. Let me just say before I get into this review that all the magic tricks that I review here on my channel, I pay for out of my own pocket. Nothing is sent to me from any magic dealer. That way, I can give you my honest opinion on any certain magic effect that I review here on my channel. I try to give you all the information that you need so that way you can decide whether or not to spend your hard-earned money on any certain magic effect that I review here on my channel. Plus, I give away a free magic trick that I reviewed here on my channel each and every month. I have another free magic giveaway coming up the last week of this month of July. All you need to do to be eligible to win is be subscribed to my channel, drop me a like, and hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my magic reviews or my free magic trick giveaways. With that out of the way, let's get into this review of Leviosa. Leviosa, what is it? Leviosa is based on a haunted deck, except with a super kicker ending that no one will see coming. You show your spectator a deck of cards. You then ask your spectator to select a card. The spectator can even sign the card if you so wish. You take the card back from your spectator and you place it on top of the deck. You now place that deck of cards on the floor, cut the cards, losing the spectator's card into the middle of the deck. Then, without any moves on your part, the deck cuts itself and shoots one card out to the side. You are then able to pick up that card and stand up and show your spectator their chosen card. Now, this is normally where the haunted deck routine ends, but not with Leviosa. There's more. You then hold your hand above the deck, which is on the floor, and you can even wave your hands to show that there's nothing there. And then again, without any moves on your part, the deck magically floats up to your hand and you can immediately put the deck into the card box. So what do you get for your $199.95 from your favorite Murphy's Magic dealer? You will get this packaging. It's made out of cardboard, a black cardboard box, and it only comes in red bicycle backs or blue bicycle backs. Also inside you will receive this case to keep your gimmick deck inside of and safe, and that is the gimmicked deck. Like I said, it comes in red or blue bicycle back cards. This has the 2 of diamonds on the back, and also you will receive this little baggie. It has all the bits and pieces that you will need to maintain and charge your Leviosa gimmick. Inside the baggie, you will receive your charging cable to charge the gimmick deck. You'll also receive an extra spool of IT. Now, on that spool, you receive 150 feet of IT, which is a $25 value just in itself. You also receive inside the packaging a couple of small pieces that will help you replace the IT when it breaks. And lastly, inside, you'll receive a tool that you can use to adjust the gimmick deck with some advanced features if you choose to do so. Also, for any of you wondering, I would not try to convert this gimmick deck into any other type of card backs. The way this gimmick is built and constructed, trying to change it over and convert it into any other card backs would end up destroying the gimmick and rendering it useless. Now, the gimmick deck comes ready to go out of the box, but I would advise you, and I stress this, watch the tutorial all the way through till the end before you start playing with this gimmick. Without knowing how this works, you may end up breaking the IT and having to replace it before ever even using it. I stress, watch the tutorial all the way through the end. You'll thank me. You also get a link to a tutorial that you can stream or download. The tutorial is 45 minutes long. On the tutorial, you will get Joao Miranda. It looks like he's in a studio. It's well lit, no music in the background with very clear sound. He will go over everything that you get in the box. He will go over how the gimmick works, how to charge the gimmick, how to maintain the gimmick, and how to replace the IT if it breaks. He goes over everything in great detail. As I said, the tutorial is 45 minutes long, and it is broken down into small modules. Joao Miranda goes over how the gimmick works, how to perform Leviosa, live performances, replacing the IT, charging the gimmick, and also the advanced programming of the gimmick, plus much more. Is it well made? Yes, it is. Joao Miranda has created a beautifully made electronic gimmick that does all the work for you. Now, as with any gimmick, you need to take care of it, and I would keep it in the supplied case when not in use. Now, from time to time, you will need to replace the IT in the gimmick, but Joao Miranda supplies you with plenty that will last you a very long time. Also, he supplies you with a few tools in here that makes the job of replacing the IT very simple, and he goes over this, like I said, in the tutorial with great detail. Now, with this gimmick, you will need to keep it charged. Joao Miranda explains that you will get about 50 performances out of a full charge. Now, what you need to remember is that you need to keep the gimmick charged. If you allow this gimmick for the battery to completely deplete, completely drain, it may render the battery useless. So you need to remember to always keep your gimmick charged. Now, if you forget to charge the battery and it depletes and it will not take a charge any longer, Joao Miranda explains to contact him at his website and he will help you get the battery replaced. Is there any DIY? Absolutely not. This is ready to go out of the box. Just remember to watch the tutorial all the way completely to the end before you start playing with this gimmick. How are the sleights? With Leviosa, the gimmick is self-working. From cutting the deck itself in half to floating up your hand, it's all self-working and self-contained. Now, you will need to know how to force a card. And if you're wanting to shuffle the cards in front of your spectator, you will need to know how to do a false shuffle. But that's not a must, but you will need to know how to force a card. Also, if you want this deck to be examined, it can't be. But you can use a real deck at the beginning of the routine, allow your spectator to examine that. Now you will have to ditch that deck and ring in the gimmick deck. But you will have plenty of time to do that as your spectator signs their selected card and you turn away from them so that way you don't see their card. You'll have plenty of time to ditch the real deck and ring in the gimmick deck. Now, if you don't know how to force a card, false shuffle, or ditch a deck, Joao Miranda goes over these moves in the tutorial. How's the reset? The reset is instant. When you finish performing with Leviosa, you can immediately put the deck back into the box. When you do that, you are resetting the gimmick and you're ready to perform again. How are the angles? The angles are great. Leviosa was made with close-up in mind. The only thing that I could say about angles, Joao Miranda explains that it wouldn't be wise to perform Leviosa outside in the sunlight. Also, let me say that this effect was made to perform on the floor and not on a table. When the deck splits itself, it needs room. You don't want this gimmick falling off the table as it cuts itself. Also, when the deck floats up to your hand, that's a super visual moment. Now, having the deck float up from your hand from a table as opposed from the floor, that is just so much more astounding all the way up from the floor to your hand, like I said, as opposed to from here off of the table. While we're speaking about performing Leviosa on the floor, this can be performed on hardwood floors and carpet, any type of smooth surface. Joao does not recommend performing Leviosa on any type of rough surface like concrete. How's the pocket space? With Leviosa, it's just the gimmick deck, which is the size of a normal deck. It's all self-contained, so it takes up no more space than a regular deck of cards. How hard is this to perform? Leviosa is self-working and self-contained. With just a few simple sleights, you will be performing some jaw-dropping magic. Leviosa takes a beginner, intermediate skill level to perform. When I say beginner, intermediate skill level, it's not because it involves any hard sleights or because you need to get set with the gimmick. You get set with the gimmick right in front of your spectator's nose. Also, let me say that Leviosa is very quiet, unless you are in a completely quiet room with no ambient sound whatsoever. If that's the case, when the deck floats up to your hand, you will need to cover that small sound as the deck floats up to your hand, which can be accomplished very easily. Joao talks about, as the deck floats up to your hand, to make a sound effect, something like a swoosh as the deck floats up. But this is only if you are in a completely quiet environment with no noise whatsoever. Otherwise, the gimmick is very quiet. With Leviosa, you do not need any pulls, reels, special clothing. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to, you could perform Leviosa completely naked if that's your thing. As I was saying earlier about the beginner intermediate skill level, the reason for that is that you will have to work on your timing. Once the gimmick is set and you are in complete control of when that happens, the programmed gimmick timer starts. Now, there's no need to rush your performance. You will just need to practice your timing with the gimmicked deck. If you want to perform a spectacular routine with a deck that cuts itself and floats up to your hand like you had real magical powers, then Leviosa is for you. Let's talk about the positives. Number one, it has a super visual, what the hell happened moment kicker ending. Two, it is self-contained and self-working. And three, you've heard it before, but with Leviosa, it's true. It packs small and plays big. Now for the negatives. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Not everyone will be able to afford Leviosa. But to be fair, Joao Miranda and Julio Montoro created an effect that could have easily cost $500. But I will never advise anyone to spend money that they can't afford. Each and every one of you know your own position. And if you can afford Leviosa, it's definitely worth it. So what's my take on Leviosa? I'm giving Leviosa a 10 out of 10. This is a spectacular effect. And just when your spectator thinks it's over, you smack them in the face and you talk about their mama with that kicker ending. If Leviosa is not Trick of the Year of 2023, then I don't know what is. Don't forget about my free magic trick giveaways that I give away each and every month here on my channel. I have another free magic trick giveaway coming up the last week of this month of July. And all you need to do to be eligible to win is be subscribed to my channel, drop me a like if you like my videos, and hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my free magic giveaways or my magic reviews. With all that out of the way, I will see you on the next one.